Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we just arrived today on the beautiful, majestic Princess. I got to have dinner with everybody, meet everybody, even did the yes-no game show on the first night. I'll let you know how that went in a later video. But the cruise news continues because we had an unfortunate, tragic accident that happened on a river cruise, apparently that struck a motorboat and didn't report it, and now criminal charges could be being laid. We also have a huge outbreak being reported, anywhere from 100 to 250 passengers coming down with norovirus, or at least suspected norovirus. And then we do have some good news as both Carnival and Royal Caribbean return to the port of Baltimore. So in a report that came in on the Danube, on the Hungarian side, we had what appears to have been a cruise ship running into a motorboat with about 8 adults on board. They say that 2 have been turned up, passed away, and then 5 are still missing. Now, the police and the area Coast Guard and local authorities have all been notified and have broken out into search parties further downstream, as the river Danube is pretty strong current. There's over 25 boats and drones, as well as 95 people individually looking for survivors up and down the stream. One person was found. That's how it was originally notified that there was some sort of an accident, is that they found one person on the side who was very, very badly injured, and he reported that they had some sort of an accident. It was determined from a smaller motorboat, and that's when the next 2 people showed up. A man and a woman unfortunately passed away. They did say that it seems to have been a larger ship, like a river cruise. They knew a river cruise ship, the Heidelberg, was docked nearby, and apparently when they went and looked, they did see scratches and damage to the side of the ship. But passengers who had just gotten off the ship say they had no idea anything had happened. So we're not sure how noticeable this was. Was the motorboat running without running lights? What was the situation? Did they even know they hit anybody? Although you would think on a river cruise, a motorboat, you would make some kind of sound, especially in the quiet of the evening, which apparently this happened. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully some of those 5 people who are missing are found, and we have some good news as more than just one person possibly, hopefully, survived in this accident. You don't hear too many river cruise accidents involving smaller vehicles, and this one is not ending well so far. Next, we have both Royal Caribbean and Carnival say starting this week, we will start to see ships sailing out of Baltimore once again as they are returning back to the port now that a lot of the bridge damage from the collapse that happened a few months ago is finally all cleared up and shipping can continue throughout. It's a happy and sad day as we remember the tragedy that happened, but at least the ships now are getting back into port, including the freight as well as cruise ships. So more things are going in and out, and supplies are starting to roar in. Like I said, kind of like a happy, sad day all at once. But for those people who rely on the cruise ships and the industry for their jobs and everything, I'm quite sure they're very happy to see the cruise ships back in port, as well as passengers, because it's much easier, as I said before, to sail out of Baltimore than it was from, say, Norfolk, Virginia. So at least that's going for us now. Let's talk about the cruise ship that has a ton of suspected norovirus cases on board. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from what cruise ships might have norovirus on board to the accidents that happen, that we can always be aware of our situation and our safety and keep an eye out for things, from just the common sense things and tips and tricks that might just make your cruise just a little bit easier, maybe even save you some money in the meantime and make it a lot less frustrating for your next cruise. I really hope you'll join us here. It doesn't cost anything, but boy, it really helps the channel out when you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button every once in a while, and even leave comments down below. And again, I really do appreciate it. It's being reported that on P&O's Ventura cruise ship, up to possibly 250 passengers have come down with norovirus over the past few weeks. Currently on board, all P&O is saying is that numerous passengers have come on board and are coming down with the norovirus and are being isolated. They've instituted stringent cleaning and procedures going out, but every time they think it's just about over, it just continues and sprouts up again from somewhere where they're not quite sure where. At one point, they said there are many passengers in public areas and everything just couldn't hold themselves and couldn't make it to the washroom and just had vomit basically everywhere in public areas. So yeah, something's really going on wrong right now with the Ventura. At least 100 passengers and possibly up to 250 passengers on that ship recently have come down with the norovirus. Norovirus is not a lot of fun. I've had it on a cruise. I can tell you firsthand, it's not a great situation. So yeah, let's hope they get this cleared up real fast, and let's hope the passengers on board can continue on with the cruise and hopefully don't have to spend their entire time in their cabin because they can't leave because they're sick. I really hope things get better for them out there. Okay. How did I do on the Yes No game show? It was, I got to say though, it was pretty funny. Everybody from the group, you know, I have about 150 people on board with our group. Plus there's numerous other people who watch the channel, everything, who are here, know I'm in the Yes No game show. And they had it on the first night tonight, which is something they don't normally do. It's not normally ever on the first night. So I was very surprised, and I'm glad I noticed, so I came to the Yes No game show, and when I stood up to sign up, there was a long line to sign up for it in the game show. But this poor guy, he was coming up, and he was just getting ready to attach a microphone. And when I stood up and got in line, all my friends and everything inside said, "Yay!" like this, because they wanted to watch me do the Yes No game show. And the poor guy thought they were cheering him with the microphone, and I just burst out laughing because the look on his face was like, what are you guys doing? It was so cute and so hilarious all at the same time. And of course, my good friend Olivia here is on board, cruise director Olivia, and I guess they knew I had a big group on board, so they decided we're going to get Dawn out of the way first, and it wasn't Olivia's doing. It was a voice from above in the back, and they called me down first, and that's nerve-wracking alone when you go first on the game, let alone when the entire audience is staring at you, cheering you on, and you don't want to goof up, shall we say. And I really had to watch my words. There's so many times I just wanted to say yes and no, but guess what? I ended up winning the Yes No game show this evening. So yeah. That's like 4 and 57 or something like that. But hey, a win is a win. I'll take it every time. And she was trying to knock me out because because I beat her the last time I played her, and Olivia remembered very clearly that I beat her because she even mentioned it at the beginning. I'll try and get a tape of it. I have lots of people recording it. I'll try and get a tape and put it up on my Just Dawn channel if you want to watch the whole thing and see how close I came to losing. But I gotta tell you, I felt really bad because one gentleman was on and he was doing so well, and it got right near the 3-minute mark, and the person doing the interview, he's the assistant cruise director, and he goes and he says, "What's the secret to a happy marriage?" And he says, "Say yes to the wife," and knocked himself out. And it was literally 3 seconds left before he would have won. say yes to the wife knocked him out. Oh, I felt so bad. So bad. Everyone thought he had it in the bag because he was doing so well. But, yeah, not so much. So if I can get some of those, I'll show them. I'll put it up on the Just On channel. And until next time, I hope you appreciate this quick little update with the news and the update on the cruise. And until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.